Can you spell your name for them? Tell them how you spell your name. Say it real loud.
Jaden. That's right.
What's your favorite sports?
Basketball.
What else?
And China.
The Cardinals.
The
yeah.
Cardinals.
Jaden is 6 years old, and we adopted Jaden when he was 3 weeks old. We felt like we were called to adopt, but specifically adopt a baby with Down syndrome. And so when we discussed it with not only our kids, but like our parents and extended family, we got a lot of pushback. I know that they were just worried for us and, had nothing against, Jaden or whoever it was going to be. They were worried because, adoption is expensive.
Yeah.
How are you ever going to come up with that? It was just something that we knew that we were called to do, and so it was like we didn't care what obstacles came, and there was lots of obstacles, and it was like a 2-year process. We had different opportunities come up, and then they didn't work out, and that was like crushing. It was heartbreaking. But then in my heart, I knew like there's someone specific that's meant just for our family. And so we just held on to that hope, and we felt like giving up so many times and shed so many tears, and we just knew that God would be faithful.
We didn't know what to expect, like what we're supposed to do. I remember driving to pick them up thinking, I've never, hardly had any interaction with a kid with Down syndrome. So what if I'm afraid of him? What if I don't know how to act? And the minute we got there, we saw him, our hearts, it just melted, and it was just like he was our own kid immediately.
And so with anything, I think, it's just, there is the unknown. And so it's like, if God's called us to it, then we know that He's gonna equip us and He's gonna give us everything we can,
Right.
that we need. There was we were watching a movie about someone with Down syndrome who worked in a grocery store, and so someone said, oh, is that all he'll be able to do? And I was like, no, he can do whatever he wants to do. He is a little daredevil. This summer we were in Florida, and he, at 6 years old, went parasailing, and he's like how many hundreds of feet up in the ocean, and people are looking at him. Not only that is he 6, but that he has Down syndrome, and I think they just think, well, he can't do that. And I'm like, why can't he? If he wants to do it, I'm gonna let him do it.
What I've found is that we've had 3 our own biological kids, and he does everything they did at the same age that they did it.
He's just the love of our life, huh?
Yeah. Do you like being in our family?
Yeah.
You do?
And people always, one thing we hear so much is, oh, he's so lucky to have you. And our answer is like, no, we're the lucky ones, because,
Honestly.
we couldn't, that God would choose us to be His mom and dad. It's
good
like,
for you for doing this. Good for you. And I know it sounds like false humility, but it's really blessing. It's never sacrifice.
burden.
Never. It's always wow. And if we could, maybe it'll happen in the future, we'd adopt again, and we would never adopt anyone but a little guy with Down syndrome.
I was really excited to be a big sister because I was always the youngest for 9 years with all boys in the family.
and she prayed when she would see me crying, and I had lots of tears for those 2 years. She prayed as much as we did for him.
Who's your best friend?
Who's your bestie?
Yeah.
Jared Anderson. Yeah, he's your bestie.
It's his best friend.